Hey, do we have crazy weather coming for your adventure?
It's snowing every
Absolutely
day up
not.
there.
Say that again, Rob.
It's been snowing for the past week up there, and it's snowing this week as well. But we don't want to say too much because we don't want people to put the kibosh on us. So we're gonna do what we can do.
Oh, I see. Like literally, when you guys try to do this hike, like the government will be like, nah, not safe.
Well, I wouldn't say government, but
Yeah,
we've got
well,
to
it
be
wouldn't surprise me
we've got to be
because
safe. We've
Oh,
got to
the
be
women
safe.
and the women, family
it's
members.
it's the it was the sixth anniversary of lockdown 2 days ago, so it wouldn't surprise me if the government say no.
Was it really the 6th anniversary?
Well, in the UK anyway, I don't know about you guys, but yeah, it was the sixth anniversary that we got locked in our houses.
I'm still angry.
Yeah, me too. You can't tell, can you?
A time we will never get back.
Uh, Thanks for both of you for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
This is great.
Yes,
Daff, I see you're in a short sleeve shirt, but Rob looks like he's. Are you outside, Rob?
No, I'm inside my. This is my box. This is the gym. This is CrossFit Aberdeen.
And no, the heat's not on in there today.
No, we don't have heating in Scotland. We just rough it out.
the rower, that's the heating.
Yeah.
So you're in at CrossFit Aberdeen, and where are you, Daff?
I'm in Cardiff in Wales,
Okay. And what's the name of your gym?
CrossFit Cardiff.
CrossFit Cardiff. Wow, you guys got the good names. Hey, could you guys get those names today or no? With the way it's set up, if you're not old
I
school,
know.
are those cities too big?
I think you can still get cities, right? I think you can, but I
I
don't think
think
there's
there
many
was a
cities
spell.
left.
There was a time where you couldn't, and then
Yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
I don't know if you can anymore.
There was a time where you think that it's gone back. You think they've gone back on that? Because I do remember like you couldn't get. I remember like you couldn't get. There was a time you obviously could get like CrossFit New York or CrossFit Las Vegas
Yeah.
when there were just a few hundred boxes, and then as it got bigger, that was something that they pulled away. But you think it's come back? You can get city names now.
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me because Robin got Sterling, didn't he? So I don't
Yeah,
understand.
exactly. I think that's why I think you can now. Yeah.
But if it's a little shit town, you can still get it.
Maybe.
Is Sterling a little shit town or what? Be honest.
Oh.
Where's the? Oh.
Hey, there's
Never
a William
been.
Wallace monument there.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe it's not a little shit town. Just a little town. Both you guys are seminar staff?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How long you been seminar staff, Daff?
Since 14 years, 2012.
Holy smokes.
2013 for me. 13 years.
Crazy. Wild. And do you guys go all over the world or you just stay in Europe?
Well, it's changed a little bit now. Hey, Davs. Like since
Yeah.
COVID, they kind of went a little bit more regionalized because obviously different countries took lockdown different times and then opened back up at different times. So we tend to stay more in the UK now, UK and Ireland, I guess. We don't get overseas as much as we used to.
I mean, used to be you'd be looking at a text message on Wednesday night saying you're going to China tomorrow morning. Like fucking sweet. So
And can you call in Dubai on the way back?
yeah, those days are gone. But yeah, we used to get around a bit, didn't we? Like we would go literally all over the place.
Yeah.
And is it because there's not the demand, or is it just things have changed in terms of where they send you, or maybe you're busier in Europe, or do you know what changed that?
It was COVID. Like Rob said, I think they just accelerated regional teams, which were going to happen anyway, I'm sure. But
yeah,
just when all the countries locked down, they just had to have a flow master in France, a flow master in Germany, and blah blah blah.
Okay, got it. I'm a little slow. Thanks for explaining that to me. That makes sense.
No worries.
And are you guys drinking coffee or tea?
Coffee.
I got coffee.
Wow. You guys are the two. I don't. When I think of Europe, please forgive me. I'm just an ugly American, but I think that there's no men there, and then here's these rugged guys having a midday coffee.
Well, we're both Welsh. That's the difference. See?
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense. Who's the third musketeer? Is there a third one of you guys that's doing this?
Yeah. Dave Palfman, also seminar staff as well.
Say his name again.
Dave Palfman.
Palferman?
Palf Riemann.
Palf. Just say Palf.
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 Pal Freeman.
Reman.
Raymond. Pal Freeman.
Re.
All right. We're gonna overcome the language barrier on the show. Nothing can stop us.
You get
And,
subtitles now.
Is he seminar staff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, something interesting is going on, by the way, I should tell you guys about. So we had our channel, and I can tell something weird's going on with the channel right now. We had a week ago, we had our channel suspended for a week. And we don't really know why. It was content that we had. It was a commercial we ran for Born Primitive that gave us a strike, which we had run that commercial like 20 times, and then we had taken and made a compilation of the Kill Taylor episodes, and we had put that up. And so we think that's like some yahoos got together who didn't like me and complained. So this morning we tried putting it on both channels, and I'm not sure. It's so weird what's going on. I can tell that the chat is full and that there's a lot of people watching, but the numbers say that no one's watching. So this is very interesting. And they were supposed to suspend us for a week, but after 2 days, it looks like they let us go back up on the channel. Can you guys tell me in the chat which channel you're watching this on? I wonder if they can even hear us.
Apparently, only America has men.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
In the comments.
No,
I don't see I see it.
we're very biased. We're okay. So this guy's okay. So they're watching it on both channels, the CF Network and the Sevon Podcast. All right, I guess the station's up. All right, thank you guys.
That's cool.
Dabs, how did you become how did you get on seminar staff? Or tell me how you found CrossFit real quick.
You not remember? Okay, I'll tell you that first. So
I might remember, but I definitely know that the two people watching don't.
Okay, so the Half on CrossFit was I was just working. I'd left the military and I was working in a Globo gym, just doing a bogus PT course. I needed to get experience, and one of the kind of studio managers there that taught all the Les Mills. Do you have Les Mills in the US? Like all this.
I don't know if we still do, but we did. It definitely was here.
Yeah. Okay. So he taught all that stuff, and he just said, "Look, hey, look at this website. It's right up your street." And I looked at it. And it was 5x5 deadlift, and I thought, "Well, that's bullshit." So I sacked it off for 2 weeks. Went back on again, and it was Fight Gone Bad. And I did Fight Gone Bad inside Fitness First. I got my first warning to be removed from the establishment. And then it handed me my ass. I was being sick outside, and I thought, well, this must be a fluke. So there was actually affiliate in Swansea in West Wales where Johnny Davis works. You know where he is. You know.
No, but Swansea sounds like it's in Africa, not in Wales.
Well, there you go. So there's an affiliate down there. I went there. They had a workout, Cindy, which also stopped me from being able to walk for a week.
I've heard of that workout. I've heard of it.
There you go. And that was it. I there. I found out about level ones and actually ended up going to San Diego to do my level one. And that was it.
You fucking idiots out there, watch me do work now. Watch me do work. He said something. Now I have a follow-up question because I'm fucking listening. What movement was it in Fight Gone Bad that got you in trouble at the gym? I'm trying to think which one of those movements a Globo Gym wouldn't like.
The wall balls. So there wasn't a height high enough, so I had to take a tile out of the partition ceiling and do it up in between the ceiling.
Oh, that's crazy. I thought, wow. Okay, so that was a dickhead move. You deserve that. Because, you know, some gyms will be like, we don't have insurance for throwing objects. You know what I mean? You'll do a wall ball somewhere at the university or something. There's 3,000 people in there and you're doing deadlifts or wall balls. Like, we don't have insurance for that. Oh.
No, it was, I think it was the ball disappearing into the ceiling.
Yeah. So you were still a little uncouth from being in the military thinking you could take out ceiling tiles.
Well, no, I did take out a ceiling tile. It was pretty easy.
And Rob, how did you find it?
A couple of things collided at the same time. I was living in Aberdeen and I had moved in with an American guy who had done it back at home. So he got me into CrossFit originally back, and that was probably 2005, 2006. But then seminar
Damn.
staff was a slightly different journey. Like, do you know Matt Evans from Swansea? So Matt Evans and I had played rugby with each other previously. And every time I'd go home to visit my parents, he had opened up CrossFit Velocity in Swansea, and I'd go call in and see him and train with him. And it was just handing me my ass every time. And I thought I was fit from rugby and stuff, but it was just the next level. And at the same time, we'd had the affiliate in Aberdeen then. That was the progression. We'd opened CrossFit Aberdeen. And there was a guy that Dave Castro was in the teams with, Alex Sonnenberg, who was living and working in Aberdeen, and he came to train with us. So then through Matt and then meeting Davs at a competition in Birmingham, I think that was 2010, Davs, that Reebok thing. So between that trifecta of Matt, Davs and Alex with Dave, we kind of like had a little internship on seminar staff, and the rest is history, as they say.
So Davs, you recruited Rob?
I don't know if I did, but we were very kind of close from the outset, you know. I didn't specifically recruit him.
Did he recruit you, Rob? That's the way you tell the story.
I think he probably vouched for me. I know Alex vouched for me to Dave as well. I think the conversation went between Dave and Alex. Dave was like, "Where are you training? Where are you living right now?" He's in Aberdeen, and he said, "I'm at an affiliate there, and if you're looking for anybody in Europe for seminar staff, there's this guy, and I think he's pretty keen." And that was my in. And then Matt and Davs were obviously on seminar staff already and gave me a bit of a vouch.
So Davs, you came in basically through the military in the sense that of your attraction to it, and Rob, you were a rugby player.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, both you looking for the edge. And then Davs, I think I met you at, was it called a sectional? And
I think it was a regional. I think it was the first year of the Open, if I'm right, the 2011.
Was it in Manchester?
Yeah. Well, yeah, somewhere around there, close.
And I started chirping in your ear about, "Hey, dude, you should be on seminar staff." Am I remembering that right?
Yeah. So there was a few folk, like Matt was there, and do you remember Mads Jakobsen from Sweden?
Yeah. Good dude.
He was there as well. He was also on staff, and you would shove the camera in my face and chat to me for a minute, and then went off to the pavilion or wherever it was that it was called, because it was on a track outside, if you remember.
Where the Italians would go outside and smoke. That was awesome. They were gangster.
I mean, yeah. And like, we had to do a Mandarin in the pissing rain. You remember on the Sunday, it was absolutely torrential weather. And I think you phoned Dave then, because I'd sent an email a couple of times saying, "Hey, I'm interested," and heard nothing back. And before I knew it, I got an internship. So I got you to thank, Sivan. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, the two most memorable things there for me when Sam Briggs debuted her famous deadlift, the rainbow deadlift.
Yep.
And then the Italians were amazing in between events. They would just go out and smoke, no shame. They were so boss. Yeah. It's like, wow. You don't see that do they smoke still in Europe at CrossFit competitions? Is there a cohort they still do?
They do on seminars.
Yeah, on seminars. I was going to say on seminars that they do. Yeah, 100%.
That's amazing.
I taught a level 2 once in Rome, and the whole front row went out at lunchtime and got completely shit-faced, came back, just couldn't speak.
Oh, shit.
It was nuts. It was wild. It was wild.
They're doing that because they're challenging themselves or something? It's like doing CrossFit blindfolded, or?
I think they just got too excited at lunch, They just had a wine at lunch and went a bit off.
It's the European way.
Wow. I would never consider drinking at the break at a seminar. That's wild. Yeah. And what seminars are you guys teaching now? Are you guys doing level 1s and level 2s? Both of you?
1s, 2s, yeah.
I just did a 1 on the weekend there.
I did a 2 in Belfast weekend before last.
Yeah.
And then you guys both run your gyms.
Yes, sir.
Damn, you guys are in it. And what have either of you embarked on the level 4 journey?
Not yet.
Not the new one yet. No, not yet.
Did you guys have to wait at the end of the line since are you guys allowed to just jump in there, or are they they let the regular folk do it first?
I think the plan was if you were getting close to the expiration date on your level 3, you would have preference to get that as a renewal status, as it were. And I've got my level 3 for another 2 years, I think. Anyway, so I've got a bit of time.
All right. You guys both were friends with McCoy.
Yep.
Was he English?
He was Scottish. Well,
Scottish.
he was from England originally, but he moved up at a very young age to a place called Lawson.
Okay. Can you tell me how you guys met him?
I met him at the 2009 sectionals when it was sectionals.
He'd been around that long.
Yeah, he'd been around a long time. He was still in the Navy at the time, so he was a physical training instructor for the Navy, and there was a few of them, like a little cohort of his team who adopted CrossFit at quite a young age, at an early year, you know. And he was there dressed in freaking white skins like Austin Malialo. Do you remember when that was the case?
Head
Compression to the max.
Yeah, he was compressioned up to the max. Looking good, looking boss. And anyway, I kind of like fist bumped him, didn't really say much from there, but that we both qualified for the European regional then, which was in this Alico training center in a place called Halmstad in Sweden.
Yeah, and I went to that.
Yeah, do you remember with Miko was there and he was doing death by clean and jerks in the corner and just destroying everybody?
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, well, McCoy was there and he was a decent athlete, right? But he was quite specialized, so he was very good at running. And there was some events, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like run a mile and a half or something. Then it was basically grace at the end of it, something like that. And he took off. I didn't know who he was. He took off on this run like an absolute nutcase and came in probably minutes before anybody else did, and couldn't do anything else. He was so fucked up from this run. But the way I knew who, like, he was, you know, in the military is because he was screaming for water, but he was saying it in military jargon. He was saying, somebody give me some organ, which means water. And I was like, everybody's like, what the fuck is this bloke talking about? And I realized what he was on about, so I gave him some water, and that was it. That's how I met him.
Did he really say this? Is this his a direct quote from him?
Yes.
Did he leave a suicide note?
I don't know exactly, but he wrote that down somewhere. Yes.
Wow, this is crazy. This says, for people who are just listening, it's a slide with McCoy and his patented smile. Please do not be sad. I do not want you to mourn me. I want you to celebrate the incredible life I led. Just look around this room at all the amazing people I have met and some awesome stories and chapters of our lives that we have shared together. Thank you. I love you all, McCoy. And then he eventually went on to take his life, right?
Yep.
And that was something that had been lingering, right? It wasn't something that all of a sudden one day he was gone. This was he was on a difficult journey for a while, right?
Yeah, for his whole life, basically, as long as I knew him, anyway.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, there was times when things were good, and then there was times you'd get a phone call in the middle of the night, and yeah, McCoy suffered hard.
And do we know the origin of his suffering?
Like that's McCoy's to.
I mean, it is, Rob. You're right, but he also put out a podcast himself in like 2021, which is still, you know, he put it out there and it's still available. But it was something that happened in his childhood from extremely young age, you know.
Okay. And where is that podcast if I want to listen to it? You know,
on Spotify. I can send you a link to it.
Spotify. Okay. All right. And he was on the level 1 training team.
And twos, yeah.
And twos. And how did you meet? Go ahead, Davs.
Sorry, yeah, I was just going to say he was kind of almost unrivaled. He was. I mean, we all say this about people like that, but he was honestly one of the best fucking trainers I've ever come across in my entire life. He was unbelievable.
What do you think made him so good?
I mean,
he had everything.
he just
Like,
cared, man. He just has so much passion for everything. He just really gave a fuck about being the best person that he could be, you know, no matter what he was doing.
You know, one of my colleagues was completely blown away by him, Taylor Self, who does the Kill Taylor show on this channel. He said he worked with McCoy. He said it was nuts. He said that he was brilliant. He was great at communicating the changes. He knew exactly. Taylor knows he's a handful. He knew how to handle Taylor. He said he was up front, just gave it to Taylor raw. And, you know, he also reached out to, he saw that Taylor was wanting to take the level 4, and he reached out and offered, and he coached Taylor for free. He said, "Hey, dude, I'll help you out with this." And Taylor accepted him with it. And
that's McCoy.
He said it was absolutely bonkers. He said he never met such a good coach.
Yeah, I mean, he's second to none. He's incredible. He really is. Or, yeah, he was.
Rob, how did you meet him?
McCoy interned on a level 1 in Swansea, so he came in as an intern. Davs, you were Matt there? I think you were, right? I think Steve Haydock was there too.
James Hobart was there as well.
Hobart was there too, and like basically, I mean, he was given a list of things to accumulate and bring to the seminar to see if he was up to the task, which included a perfectly zoned 5-block meal. And I think he made some like breakfast omelette with sausages, and it was perfectly 5-block zoned meal. He had to get some light sauces. We got light sticks from his military base he was stationed at, and there was a bunch of other criteria on it. And this guy came in, and the first question was, "Have you got the list?" And he just opened up his bag and pulled out the next thing and the next thing. And I was like, who is this guy? Like, just he doesn't even need to coach. Just get him on staff now. Like he's a dude. And then I was pretty new as a seminar staff then as well, and we kind of like developed together a lot of our journey on seminar staff, to the point where if we were away on what do you call it, trainer development stuff and summits like that, trainer summits, we would room together and stuff. So we had many a good cracks with each other. And my wife and I actually went to Bali for our honeymoon and stayed with him and hung out with him and his then girlfriend Lauren as well. So yeah, there's a lot of good times there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a family man also. He has 2 kids.
Yeah.
And how old are they?
17 and 14.
Man, is it the 1-year anniversary since he took his life?
It's just recently gone, but this weekend coming was the anniversary of the memorial. Crazy. 8th of March, he committed suicide. The 8th of March.
God, it feels like yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
I know Taylor didn't know him very well, but Taylor's been through a lot of stuff himself. And I remember him calling me and being completely shaken because they had just started their journey together. He had just become Taylor's, personal level 4 coach. And he was kicking himself. He's like, "Hey, I should have spotted it. I should have spotted it. If I wasn't so selfish, I would have spotted it. I should have spotted it." And I remember that went on. I talked to Taylor every day for a week, and he was like telling me, he's like, he said this, I should have known. You guys go through that, being buddies with him, like thinking about replaying that in your head?
Yeah, I mean, we all knew, like, of course, but McCoy was the master of disguise, Taylor wouldn't have known. There's no way. Like, it took a lot for him to open up to people, and he had this knack of just understanding that we could probably call him to write. So, I would get a message when he was in Bali and he'd come back to the UK for a spell. I get a message of, something. So like there was a seminar I used to run in London, and there was a place in London called Borough Market, which was, there is a place in London called Borough Market, it's still there, obviously. They have an amazing coffee place. So we'd always go there at lunchtime and get this coffee, and, he would love it. He thought it was amazing. And like every now and again, I'd get somebody that would turn up to my house and I'd know you'd be in London. And then I get a message saying, like, "Can you believe this is closed the day I leave?" I'm not, fuck's sake, like, why didn't you tell me you were home and I could have come and seen you? But it was just the kind of thing whereby he would probably know that we would call him to action because he couldn't hide from us, you know. But the average Joe, he wouldn't have a clue.
He was very charming on the outside and
100%.
thoughtful of others, not thinking about himself.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was literally like, since we put some of this stuff up, I've had some messages and things from people that I know that have met him, and half an hour at a train station, which he happened to be with a participant, and the guys, he's saying like I've actually implemented some of the things that the secret lessons McCoy's taught me whilst I was chatting to him on the platform, because I try and live my life a little bit better now that I met him. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Rob, you want to add anything to that? I know it's not easy, but I think it's important to let people know how great of a guy he was.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be
or
honest
what
with
people
you,
could do, or what people can do when they're around someone like that. Signs.
I'm quite an emotional guy, and this when I found out, yeah, it hit hard, really hard, because it was one of my first closest friends that has done something like this, and it was rough. But like Dav says, I think he was like the master of wearing a mask. Like he could be having a really bad weekend and work a seminar, and you would never know what was going on. But then looking back, like his sometimes sporadic nature, like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? I'm going to come up and see you. And that was a reach out. It wasn't kind of like, in my opinion. So yeah, yeah. I don't really know what to say to you, Savant, to be honest with you. He was hurting a lot. He was he could walk into a room and light the room up with his smile. He knew instantaneously how to react to different people of different characters. Like you say, if somebody needed brash feedback or to be upfront, he could do that. If somebody needed something a little bit more soft and gentle, he could easily give that feedback. And yeah, it's hard. It's hard for all of his closest friends, for sure. Because it for me, it's like, just wish he was still here, right? Because he helped so many people when he was here.
So in hindsight, you're saying at the time maybe you didn't process it, but in hindsight, as you replay these moments, you're like, "Yep, that was that. That was that." He was looking for someone. He was looking to get out of his own thoughts by making maybe an erratic trip to the UK.
I think when you look back and you analyze stuff, you're always you can decipher whatever pattern you want from stuff, right? But I guess if you read the classic signs of certain behaviors and things like that, I guess there were certain things there, and reaching out at certain moments in the middle of the night and different things like that. And we all did our best to help him. And like Dav said, he couldn't hide from us, which maybe towards the end made him not get in touch with us as well. Who knows what he was going through at that point? Because I guarantee you, if we knew what was going on at that point, the three of us would have jumped on a fucking plane and been in Bali the next day. Like it, yeah.
The team's that close,
my
huh?
language. 100%.
Do you remember the last time you spoke to him, Rob?
Yeah, he phoned and was like, didn't sound too great from Bali. And that was maybe, I spoke to him I had a couple of text messages over Christmas then, and things seemed to be a little bit better going into from Christmas into the new year. But then that was kind of like the last big comms I had, really.
Dabs, do you remember the last time you interacted with him?
Yeah. I can't remember why I was talking to him. It was something irrelevant, but he found out that I've been through some shit stuff in my own personal life, and he says like, I am going to phone you every Monday morning at 10 a.m. until you pick up the phone. I'm not. Well, it's the first time, it was. I'm not bothered. But it was kind of, it had passed, he was a bit late to the party, but so we just chatted. But like, same as Rob, a couple of messages there and there. But he would, like, he says that on his own podcast. He tells a story. Like he'd text us and he'd say, "Lads, I'm just going to go into a bit of isolation at the minute," and we were like, "Fuck that, mate." And 2 minutes later, we're sending him, "Have you trained today? Like, here's your workout. Go and do it. Come back. Tell us your time." and that we just beast him every day until he was okay again. But he the start of the year last year he really went kind of off, you know.
So
So
go ahead.
he made it back to the sorry he made it back to the UK, you know. So he was reportedly really struggling, but he came back to the UK for a spell, and then had some issues with the kind of the National Health Service and a few other people. Basically, he was in a bit of crisis, and he's trying to reach out to help, and nobody would help him, and that was it. He just went home and or went back to Bali, and you know, that was it essentially.
So you guys knew, and you guys, if you sensed he needed to be alone, that's when you guys would pick up the pace and be like, "Hey, we can't let this guy isolate himself."
Yep.
Yeah.
And tell me about. Did he own a gym? He did own a gym in Bali, right?
Yeah, CrossFit Conscious.
The conscious.
Is it still around?
It's so. I went there in the summer, last summer, and managed to find the place and kind of break in, you know. And the sign was still on the wall, but it was an empty facility. So they've taken all his equipment, and one of his close friends out there, a guy called JR, who was the guy who actually found him, has all his equipment at his house, and I've been in contact with the affiliate team, and they're holding his affiliate until they can hopefully relocate it to another space and just continue it in his name, you know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can even answer this. Was Rob SAS?
Absolutely not.
Oh, all right. Was Davs SAS?
No.
All right. Well, I don't even know what SAS is.
It's an airline,
Like
isn't
I'm
it?
reading for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
airline. Yeah.
Yeah, they asked.
Scandinavian.
They want to know if you guys look like stewards. Bring me my coffee.
Ollie.
Tell me about the adventure you guys are on here with the 3 peaks.
So there's the 3 highest peaks in the UK: Scotland, England, and Wales. So Scotland is Ben Nevis, and then in England it's Scafell Pike, and then in Wales it's Snowdon. So, like Dav said earlier, one of the things McCoy did was he strapped a rower to his back, and he climbed up the highest peak in Bali for charity, Mount Batur, I think it's called. It's a volcanic peak. He rode 10K and he came back down. So when this all happened, we were kind of like putting our heads together and saying we should do something in his memory and his honor, and do something for his boys to raise some cash. And a few different things were put on the table. I think Dav's put this one on the table, and the 3 of us agreed. So we're going to strap a rower to each of our backs, try and hike up each of those mountains, row 10K at the top of each one, come back down. And then we've got a crew of people who are going to help drive us between locations and feed us and stuff, and go straight from Scotland to England, do Scafell Pike, do the same there, get up 10K, come down, eat, get back in the cars, go across to Wales and do the same thing there.
You're going to do all of that in one day?
Well, there is a challenge, which is the 3 peaks in 24 hours, but there's no way we're going to manage to do that with the rowers on our back and everything else and rowing 10K. So, I mean, if you look online and you type in how long each hike could take you, I think they're saying on average, Ben Nevis is about 8 hours up and back. And then I think it's about 5 or 6 for Scafell Pike. And then it's around, I know it's about 9 miles for Snowdon, something like that. But that's obviously without a rower on your back. So we'll just do it and get it done. That's the goal. Time is not really an issue.
The 3 peaks challenge, most people do it in 23 something hours, but it's like, you know, you carry nothing, and they don't do anything at the top. They just summit and come back down again. And so there's no way, and like driving between them will take 5 or 6 hours each, you know, so there's just no way we can get it done in that 24-hour window, because those rowers are not light. And 10K when none of us are going to be setting PBs on a 10K rows, you know, at the top of each one. So
And there's this a Just Giving page. I guess it's like UK's GoFundMe. You guys are trying to raise 10,000 pounds.
Yeah,
Okay, we got to get you up over that mark.
that'll be phenomenal.
yeah,
Hey,
that'd be
Every
that-
so
little
cool.
helps. Every little helps, and it'll all go directly to his boys.
So
So
to his two
McCoy,
sons.
McCoy wanted, always said that he wanted to support his two lads through university. And when he died, two of his closest, mates from the military managed to raise £40,000 for them, which was fucking cool, you know, very cool. And so his eldest son is now secured his placement to do medicine. He's going to be a doctor in the university in the UK. So we just want to help them do something like accommodation or buy textbooks or whatever the fuck, like something to help them out.
Very, very cool of you guys. Hey, I know this is about helping McCoy, but I got to hear about this journey. What's the time duration on the hikes?
I mean, if you type it on Google or something like that, it's saying roughly like 8 hours up and down for Ben Nevis. I think Scaffold Pike is around 5 to 6, and Snowdon is probably up around. It's a little bit easier, maybe 5, 6 as well, without a rower, without a 10K. But yeah,
I mean, there's been some weather reports recently, so like I think it's -6 at the best at the top of Ben Nevis currently,
Oh my
and
God.
snowing. So we want to
and
go about.
from like
We've got our
700
boat
meters
crampons.
up, I think. Yeah, 700 meters up, I think there's snow and ice, so it's going to take us longer than we think it's going to. But these, like, Rob just went and got these then before I came on here, these freaking things.
Yeah,
So
you picked them up.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Just strap them to the shoes. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
The three of
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
will be together for all three of them.
Yeah,
hopefully, yeah.
Okay, so theoretically, I guess you would do 2 in one day.
well,
Sleep-
Well, so I think the rough idea is start early on Friday morning, this coming Friday,
yeah.
maybe like
Start just
7
before
a.m.,
sunlight.
8 a.m.,
Yeah,
something like that, whatever. Travel, come down, maybe sort ourselves out, like, you know, get something to eat, whatever. Travel then to start the second one, Scaffold Pike, somewhere in the middle of the night, so that we summit at like first light. Come back down Saturday morning, travel to Wales, and then go up Snowdon. Probably end up being through the middle of the night, and maybe coming down, like, you know, in the middle of the night on Saturday, Sunday night, or early Sunday morning.
yeah.
and then you'll have a driver, and you guys will just when will you sleep? Just in the car?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
any of you guys ever done anything like this?
Not anything quite as big as this, but I did when I was in Bali. I did go up the same place that McCoy did, with a rower and rode at the top of it. But that was completely different.
Did you do that with McCoy?
No, I did it, you know, a few months after he died.
Oh no shit!
Mhm.
In his honor, you did that?
Yeah, I used the same rower that he did it with
Wow, Davs. Did you do that solo?
my partner. Yeah, but we rode the 10K together at the top, but I carried the thing up and down.
God, 10K is gonna that row is gonna be crazy.
Keep us warm though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. And do you guys have someone going with the three of you on up the hikes?
There's a couple of people. There's a guy that I know who's filming the whole thing and making kind of like a mini documentary out of it.
Nice.
And then Rob, I mean, I think there's people, like,
Yeah.
people will just literally rock up. I want to say, like, I've had
I've had
few
a
messages
few,
asking if we can come, and CrossFit
I've had
gyms in
that-
the area and whatnot.
Yeah, there's a guy at the gym here who's helped us out a lot, and his son coaches for us. So he offered his hand to come and be basically our chef and prep all our food for us. So once we've summited and done the 10K, we'll send a radio call down and he'll get the food on ready for us. So when we get back, it'll be good to go. And then like that Dav said, like a bunch of people have messaged and said they're going to do a workout in McCoy's honor as well and try and raise some cash for the link. I've had a bunch of people say they'll meet us on Scaffold Pike or meet us on Snowdon. A couple of guys at 4-5 Commando Davs have reached out today and said they were going to try and be either at Scaffold Pike or at Snowdon as well. So yeah, fingers crossed
cool.
we'll have, and it's Easter weekend too. So I think some of the climbs may be a little bit busier than normal. So we'll see.
Yeah.
This is just right around the corner. You guys are doing this on this Friday.
This Friday.
So it's March 30th, Monday, March 30th, and you guys are the journey starts kind of on April 3rd for you, Friday.
Yeah.
Any of you guys getting cold feet? Like, oh man, maybe we bit off more than we could chew.
I think.
I mean,
that's a given, but we're gonna do it regardless.
Yeah. Today's Christmas Eve, tomorrow's Christmas Day, and I can't wait for Boxing Day. You know.
Gotcha. It's crazy because I don't want to do anything to make it seem like I'm disparaging McCoy, but when someone does that, it leaves a lot of carnage in its wake when someone takes their lives.
Yeah.
And so there's obviously all his friends on the seminar staff, his boys, his kids. In hindsight, if you guys could play it different, is there anything that you would say? Anything you wish you would have said to McCoy?
I mean, that's a really hard thing to answer, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I probably, Rob, I'm sure it was the same, but I played that back in my head so many fucking times, like what if, but I just don't know if anything would have. I'm fully convinced that nothing would have changed what happened. He was just on a path.
He was on his path.
I mean, he talks a lot about that, in his podcast. He says that he understands that people think that it's a selfish act to commit suicide, but the people that say that just don't have any idea how he must be feeling at that time, and nobody could ever.
What is it? Basically, your thoughts and the pictures you're seeing in your head and the voices you're hearing are so loud and so much discomfort that you find suicide's the only escape. That is that. Am I understanding? That's the premise. It would be like if like I've heard people who say, "Oh my God, fucking I have ringing in my ears. It's driving me fucking crazy." But it's a story.
Yeah, or actual physical pain, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the pain that he must have been in to go and do something like that. Like to think there was nothing else, knowing he knew how much we cared and loved for him, 100%. But like, I've gone back and forth on it myself so many times, like you say, Davs, and what if this, what if that. But like, I've also then tried to think, well, how much pain must he have felt? And I can't imagine.
I mean, like Sivan, you've got sons. He had 2 boys. He spent, a considerable amount of time with his sons right before he killed himself. And like he knew very well what was going to happen, and not even that could stop him,
Yeah, it's unfathomable. But I totally understand the point of what you're saying about is like, yeah, people think it's a selfish act, but if you're being tortured between your ears,
yeah.
You can escape from anything, but you can't. That's the one thing you can't escape from if you're being tortured between your ears.
It had been for his entire life.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
The only thing I can relate to is being a young man and like doing LSD or something, and being 4 hours in and being like, holy fuck, what if I get stuck like this? But then someone puts their hand on your shoulder and like, hey, it's going to go away. But for him, it just never went away. It just doesn't go away. You're just living this perpetual bad trip.
Well, I mean, people have commented on McCoy. He had 2 passions and 2 kind of commitments in life. But one was CrossFit, and the other was rehab. So he tried everything he possibly could to try and make himself better. Like he was in Peru doing ayahuasca, and he went through all sorts of different therapists. Like he's seen everybody. He was so intelligent and understood about his own issues. I mean, he talked so well about it. He used to talk so well about it, but it just nothing could stop him.
So you're basically saying that it wasn't like he wasn't willing to face the issues. He did face them. He was trying to exhaust all the exit strategies.
He tried. He tried everything.
Everything.
James Hobart, I love you boys.
Right back at you, Hobart, mate. And it's been a while.
Yeah.
Hey, when that happens, just out of curiosity, I haven't had anyone take their lives in my circle. Do you sort of take an inventory of all the people at some point? You're like, hey, like I can't like put you on hyper alert.
He's I don't know. He's the third person I've known.
Wow.
That is committed suicide, but I don't remember that, to be honest. It's just like, I don't know.
You knew two others in recent days, Devs?
No, it was a long time ago, but one guy that I served with, and like a childhood friend a long time ago.
Wow. And Rob, you said this is the first person you've ever known.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a trip. Hey, had you ever thought about it before, Rob? Like, since I've never known anyone to do it, when I hear it, you know, I see these things pop up on the radar, but it doesn't resonate with, like, I can't even fathom it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can't imagine the impact. I don't have a reference at all.
I mean, exactly that, right? If I don't know anything about it, or I've got no experience with something, I tend not to comment on stuff. And like, I didn't have any experience of this previously. I've seen my friends go through it with some of their guys in the military and things like that, and how hurt they have been by some stuff. And then this happened, and it was, it's not good. But I always try and go back on, like, well, how hurt must McCoy have been, and how must he have been feeling? Because it's all about him and his family at the end of the day. That's the most important thing.
I think it's really hard to I don't know. I think he wanted us to celebrate his life, and I think that's just a little bit more difficult when
100%
things like this happen. You know.
Alan Hall, the act of bringing awareness of this sad event is all you can ask of anyone, and these guys are doing this. Heartbreaking. Heart goes out to you all and everyone connected. Amazing challenge. Have people told you? I guess people who are going through what he's going through, or who have been through it, probably have reached out to you and are really appreciative of what you're doing.
Yeah, I think so, for sure. Like, I mean, I don't know. The goals were a few things. One, we want to celebrate his life, you know, and so what McCoy went through for his entire life was nothing in comparison to what we're doing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, I was talking to somebody about this today. Like, it's going to be pretty challenging, this event. I think it's going to be one of the hardest things that we've possibly ever done, and it's going to hurt like hell, but it would be nothing in comparison to what he suffered with. We want to raise as much money as we can for his sons, and we want to try and bring awareness. And I think that has happened for sure. And whether that's the case that it helps one person, awesome. Because the amount of people that commit suicide, males specifically, every year is absolutely fucking outrageous, and it needs to stop, doesn't it? You know.
What is the reason? Why is it us? Why is it boys? Do you guys have any thoughts on that or looked into that? Why is it the male side of the species?
I don't really know, to be fair. I mean, like, I think everybody's got a different reason. You know what I mean? McCoy had a very specific reason, I think, and you know, there's been a lot of other issues of late with regards to, like, you know, ex-servicemen and through PTSD and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know.
Dabs, did you ever make it to the games?
No.
No, you made it as far as regionals?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rob, did you ever make it to the games?
No, semi-finals, masters.
You competed as a masters athlete?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit. I'm trying to picture you when I see you at the games. I always feel like I can picture you there. What is your job at the games? I can picture you like with a walkie-talkie and you stand really tall and upright and you're almost like a cop when you're there.
in in
A
years
dick, you mean?
past.
A dick? Sorry,
Thanks,
a dick. Yes, a dick.
thanks, Davs.
No,
I'm just joking.
no, you're always very
Um,
kind to me.
In years past, kind of like helping assist Chuck and Jason with the individuals, and then on appeals and stuff like that last year.
Oh, okay. So in that front line, are you part of the appeals making decision, or you just gather them and bring them to the powers that be?
We kind of like gather all the information, and between the information that's gathered, there's a discussion, and we take it from there. Find
And then
the fairest outcome for the competition and the athlete.
And then when you guys, but let's be honest, usually you guys get together and you're like, this fucking pussy, he wasn't even close to standing this up all the way.
Do we say that? Yeah. Is that what we say?
Yeah, I want to know. I don't have any of that in the behind the sscenes. Is there a lot of that?
I think we're very
fucking
respectful of the
crybaby.
athletes.
This guy's made an appeal every year for the last 5 years. Fucking crybaby. Davs, do you ever roll at the games? Do you go to the games?
Yeah, I judged there a fair few times. I saw you there last year. My other half was on the team. But I was 100% spectating last year. It was great fun.
Yeah. Did
Just
McCoy
giving Rob shit from the crowd.
Perfect. He needs it. Did McCoy ever go to the games?
No, he got to. You don't remember the fucking story I told you? He was shit when he got a barbell in his hand. He was just a runner.
Yeah. But he doesn't. His body doesn't look like he was just a runner.
He was in
sorted
shape.
himself out. I tell you, he was in shape.
He was in proper shape.
And that was the other thing about him. You know, he was just purely led by example. Like he would throw down like no man's business, and he was great. He was proper like OG. You know.
We went from a trainer summit. Sorry to jump in, Dams. We went from a trainer summit in San Diego
go.
1 year, right? And me and McCoy and Hobart were doing a seminar straight off the back of a summit in San Diego. So we flew from San Diego. I can't remember where we stopped off in the States, and then on to Reykjavik in Iceland. And we got picked up in Iceland by Anna, who is he's been to the games on CrossFit Reykjavik, I believe. He picked us up. He had a transit van full of equipment. Me, Hobart himself, and McCoy took us to some national park, and we threw down in this national park in the middle of Iceland 24 hours after having a beer in San Diego. It was surreal.
Yeah.
And he cheerleaded that kind of effort.
McCoy was all about it. He was actually head to toe in compressions that day too, Dallas.
Yeah, loved it.
You have to have a great physique to put yourself in head to toe compressions. CrossFit UK in the house. Look at a DJ. There you go. That's a stereotypical European man. That's what I think of. Spinning records, dropping MDMA, shit like that. Couple of OGs right there. Best of luck for it, guys.
Thank you.
What if one of you can't make it?
We're a team, and it'll happen.
Yeah, it will.
Go ahead. Are you gonna say something, Rob?
No, even if Davs is gonna drag me up, I'm sure it'll happen.
Who's the youngest of you guys?
Me or you? Are you, right? Yeah, maybe. What are you, Rob? I'm 43.
44 now. 45 in December.
Couldn't you guys have just done a bake sale or some shit?
A bake sale? Where's the fun in that? I can't bake for shit.
Lemonade.
What's the third guy's name again?
Dave.
How old's Dave?
73.
Was he 49? 48?
No, he's 48. No,
come
49.
on.
49.
Let him just stay at the base camp, for crying out loud. He's almost 50. Holy shit.
He'll be leading the way, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He'll be leading the way.
This is the pack.
Yeah.
Excuse my ignorance, but I'm guessing that rowers were never made to be mounted on someone's back. Is that correct?
I don't think they were designed like that. No.
No.
I don't think
It,
you
uh,
turn around in this video, but how the fuck does that work?
it looks like a
So,
dildo, Rob, doesn't it?
A veiny one, nice veiny one, contoured.
basically, we've got to take the feet off the front and the back, and then strap the unit to a frame, an Alice pack. And Rogue have been very kind to sponsor us with these. A military company, Edgar Brothers, has been very kind to sponsor us the packs. Jotnar with our gear as well, and Innovate with our shoes. So we've been lucky to get some really good equipment for this challenge for sure.
Yeah, how much does that rower weigh? Do you know?
That's 35 kilo right now.
Oh,
But I think with all of
God.
our kit on, because obviously we'll be carrying water and some supplies and stuff, we're probably going to be close to 38, 39, possibly 40 kilos, maybe, depending on how much stuff we take up.
Let me do the math here. That's 88 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Times by 2.2.
Yeah, that's just the hike alone is going to be crazy. Is there a plan? Like, how long will it take you to reassemble those when you get up to the top?
I mean, if it's freezing cold and we lose nuts and bolts in the snow, it could take a while.
Yeah.
But to assemble them shouldn't really take much more than like 5-10 minutes. But then the breakdown and strapping them back on to be secure after the 10K will probably take more time.
So the one of the hikes could take you 10 hours. Then you get up there, have a snack, assemble the rower, get on it. Have you guys played this out in your head? What this looks like? How long does it take to row 10K?
Well,
we'll have it.
it's going to
we're not
take
gonna
probably
race it.
40, 50 minutes. No, it's going to be slow, but
Okay, so then an hour on the rower,
Yeah.
and then and then an 8-hour hike back down.
no, it'll be 8
10-hour
hours
hike.
down and up.
Oh, down and up. That's the round
Yeah.
trip. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, I guess that's 50% better, but still horrendous. Have any of you guys ever hiked with an 80-pound pack? Any of you guys
No.
have that experience?
You probably have tabs in the military. I practiced the other week
Yeah.
on a local hill round here in Aberdeenshire. Chucked 50 kilo on and went for it.
That in itself is a remarkable challenge.
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
It's pretty uncomfortable, I'll be honest.
I think one of the other things that we're not really thinking about considering is that, these mountains aren't designed to just have 3 rows plonked on top of them to row. So we're going to have to find somewhere where that's actually possible. But we're going to have to summit, I think, and come back down.
Yeah.
Which actually might be better anyway. Yeah.
I think Snowdon, I think you can do it at the top of Snowdon. That should be pretty
Snowdon
flat.
will be fine.
Scaffold Pike's not really conducive to
Nope.
create
Ben Nevis is probably. Ben Nevis, we probably get away with it, but it'd be exposed as well, So you got to be. Yeah.
So that might be an option. Go to the top, come down, and then row at the bottom.
Yeah.
Not at the bottom, just somewhere.
Somewhere flat. The first flat place you guys find.
Yeah.
Get beneath the snow line at Ben Nevis, maybe. I think it's
Yeah.
around 700 meters, they were saying the other day.
You're going to get some weird looks. People are going to think that like it's some sort of scientific equipment or some shit you're taking up there, like a telescope, or it's just abuse equipment you guys are carrying.
If it's -6, there's not going to be anybody else up there but us. We'll be fine.
What are your loved ones thinking? Has anyone tried to discourage you guys from doing this?
Yeah.
Have they?
Because my wife's a little bit worried, I'll be honest, about Ben Nevis. Only because of the weather. I mean, it was snowing in town here across the weekend, and we're a good few miles away towards the sea, away from the mountains. So the weather there is probably not the best, but we'll be sensible, I promise.
And will you row with gloves on?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, even if it's just the blisters you get in your hands, you don't really want that on the second and third row. But I think it's going to be too cold to do anything else.
And I'm even feeling sorry for the cameraman, because that's going to be brutal for him operating that and doing all that. What about the rower? What if it starts raining up there in your rowing?
Well,
Recently on one of the shows from Wadapalooza, the rogue rower had a plastic bag on it over the monitor, and it had fallen upside down, and the plastic bag had filled with
fill
water.
the water.
And then Taylor pulled the plastic bag off, and the monitor still worked. I wish I could tell you it
Yeah.
broke so you guys should have an easy out, but the monitor was fine, even though it had been sitting in a bag of water for 20 minutes.
We'll
Yeah,
just
not
row.
surprised.
Do you remember Khalifa at the games in whatever year it was? He had to do a 2K row, and then like the rest of it was a marathon or something.
Yeah.
And he said he rowed at like a 1:30 pace for 7 minutes or 8 minutes, and he must have been done. He didn't know how long 2K was.
Yeah.
We'll do that. We'll just row at 2 minutes, or we'll just row for an hour, and just we must be enough. Must be enough.
That was crazy when he did that. Didn't he win that was a double scored event? Didn't he win the 2 minute and the distance?
Yeah. That was actually randomly something that McCoy always talked about, because McCoy rowed for the Navy, so he went to the Boston Indoor Rowing Championships, and he couldn't fucking believe how fast Jason Khalifa had rowed that 2K, because McCoy had done it like 30 seconds slower and was like hospitalized afterwards, or near enough. He wanted to be.
Wasn't Khalifa listening to the Lion King soundtrack for the full duration of that as well? Is that the legend?
Is that true? Is that true?
I've heard that. Maybe you should ask him.
The two most amazing things about that were Khalipa, and then the pool of sweat under Rich Froning was unreal. It was like 5 gallons of water. It was absolutely, it looked like he had peed himself. I mean, it was unreal, the pool of sweat underneath Rich.
Yeah.
I'm surprised his rower didn't lift from the buoyancy of all the water underneath it.
I worked a seminar with Khalifa, and he did an EMOM at lunch on the Sunday when the rest of us were feeling sorry for ourselves, and like he did 200 press-ups and push-ups in his EMOM, and his triceps looked like a freaking like sled or something. He was a massive human being. We still is, probably.
Yeah, his triceps were crazy. You guys have most memorable stories about McCoy? Most memorable story?
Yeah, but
but
not the time of the place.
Couldn't tell it on this
Not the time of
podcast.
the place.
So he wasn't a shy man?
McCoy was a good man.
I mean, it's not that. It's just the fact that he got himself in ridiculous situations in the middle of the seminar. It wasn't like he wasn't drunk or anything. He was just like fucking up. Man, that time in Glasgow, Rob, like, I think this is worthy. Like, it's fine. Castro won't be watching. I don't know. But,
no, he doesn't watch. He reminds me every day he doesn't watch.
Well, so McCoy he was doing his first ever deadlift lecture or something, and he was like prepping for it. And of course, like
his deadlift.
When you get like you get allocated the material to teach, you got a little time to prepare it, obviously. But McCoy he would look like he'd done it fucking 50 times before. He was so good. And so he's on this seminar in Glasgow, and it's like 50 participants or something, like massive seminar. And Rob is actually his demo, and he's doing the sumo deadlift high pull. So Rob's on top of a 20-inch box with his stick doing this thing, and it was like it was an early arm pull fault. And so McCoy was saying,
for sumo deadlift high pull?
The sumo deadlift high pull.
Okay.
So he says to him, like, he's pulled early with his arms, I'm going to give him a tactile cue. So I'm going to stand up behind him. Yeah, exactly. And when Rob stood up fully, he's going to put his hands on his shoulder. Now, they're both on top of a 20-inch box. So they're like this, like. So McCoy's got his hands here, and he says, right, Rob, set up. And so Rob says, like, really? You want me to set up? And he goes, yeah, go ahead. He didn't even think about it. So McCoy's, like, Rob bends over, and his ass is in McCoy's crotch. He just stood there like this in front of 50 people. And this guy in the middle of the crowd knew that he was in the Navy, and he just went, "Ooh, hello, sailor." And the whole crowd just fucking erupted. Like, he couldn't continue. Like that. Like, we had to leave the room. Like, all the red shirts had to go. He, I mean, somehow managed to claw back like some sort of, lecture, but the whole crowd were just erupted and just couldn't stop.
So
So
he
much
had,
so this guy felt so sorry for him. Like he just went and just apologized straight away. Like when he his first chance.
He absolutely ruined him, but he still
He
finished
was a
on
Marine,
time.
that guy, John. Yeah,
Still next time. John Joe.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Fucking
Fabulous
know him to this
mustache.
day from that comment. We know him still from this to this day.
so McCoy had an amazing sense of humor.
Yeah,
Oh
100%.
yeah, yeah,
100%.
yeah. He was
Are
a
you
class
are
act.
how does that work, by the way? So you guys will raise this money, and then you're just in contact with you guys personally are in contact with his boys, or you're in contact with his mom, or the boy's
I'm in
mom,
contact
or
with their mother. Yeah, and so we've got a few things following this that we're trying to bolster the amount. So there's like charity, there's like other like people, like I know a guy who's like a head chef at a very respectable restaurant, and he's going to try and do a fundraiser for us. And so it'll stay open for a little while, and then once like we've kind of run out of ideas, we'll just send it straight to their mum, sorry.
and whose idea was this?
For I mean, it was Dave's idea for Three Peaks, but we kind of
Yeah, we all
compiled
want to
it,
do something.
compiled it together.
Yeah.
We all wanted to do something. We all knew we wanted to do something around this time of year for the anniversary of his death, and so
Yeah.
And how long have you been planning it?
about
Is it like
3-4 months.
okay?
You wouldn't know that, by the way, because we don't.
I was going to
talk
say since Friday just gone.
Yeah.
Rob, you just started training Friday for this?
No,
None
I'm
of us trained
joking.
for it.
I'm joking. That's how organized we are.
Well,
None-
it's interesting that you say people are going to join us. We're just not sure who, and it's 3 or 4 days away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's the thing, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
you know, you'll Forrest Gump didn't know who was going to join him, and then a bunch of people showed up.
There you go. Okay, good. Nice movie reference. I'm glad you guys are rationalizing it. That's good. Hey, is the Concept 2 rower lighter than the Rogue rower?
Yep.
Yeah, by about 8 to 10 kilos.
Oh my God! Because Rogue builds all these things bomb proof.
Hey, at
And,
least we know if we get it to the top, we know it's going to work.
Yeah, it fucking needs to be bomb proof.
Yeah, that's a good point. Anything you can do to make the rowers lighter?
No, not really. I mean, to make it fit flush on the packs, we've got to take, like I said to you earlier, take the back feet off, take the front feet off, and attach them separately. But the good thing about it is because it folds, it's going to stay as one piece, right? In that regard.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it's a little bit more rigid in that respect.
We could take the wheels off, Rob, but I mean, I don't know if that would actually sit right, whether they use the profit, properly.
Yeah, I don't think it would. Well, yeah.
You're gonna
And
get
then
up
it's
there,
not
and
gonna
one of
make-
you. You're gonna get up there, and one of you is gonna figure out how to make your rower 10 kgs lighter, but didn't tell the other two.
Yeah.
Taking everything out of the inside of it.
And they're brand new rowers.
Yeah, Rogue Santa's 3, fair play. Thanks to Bill and Katie.
Yeah, thank you. So kind of you guys.
Yeah, that's really cool that they did that. And then who did you say the other sponsors were? Innovate's giving you guys some shoes.
Innovate's giving us some shoes. Dav's managed to get that sorted, and then this brand, Dav sorted this as well. Jotna.
Jotna's it's just a clothing. So the guy that owns it, I was in the military with. He was my first boss, and he's got a mountain alpine clothing brand, which is pretty cool.
The shoes are Innovate shoes made to go hiking in? They have hiking shoes?
Yeah.
Okay, because when I think of their shoes, I always think of these lightweight, like track type shoes.
No, they do.
Yeah,
a
you
pretty
remember the
robust.
blue ones that everybody used to have back in like 2009 or something?
F lights, wasn't it? F lights, something like that.
F30 lights or something like that. Yeah, these blue things.
It's crazy. They were such a popular shoe. I saw them everywhere. They were the first cool looking CrossFit shoe in the space, and then they kind of just vanished after. I remember at the Tahoe Throwdown. Everyone was wearing those. Oh, they've really changed. Right. They've really changed. Wow, they used to be such minimalist shoes.
Yeah,
they are quite minimalist though. There's
Oh yeah, they were like this orange one.
Yeah. They
These are
are.
cool shoes.
So that
You would,
when
you,
there you
Sebi,
go.
you would fucking love them. They got massive toe boxes. You would love them.
Which ones? Do you know which ones you're? Oh, and they got hiking shoes. Okay, so you guys are set. They're everywhere.
Yeah. The I know the CrossFit one they do. I think those are the ones on the left that we're using.
These
Yeah,
black
Rock
ones.
Lights.
Something like
Rock Lights
that. Yeah.
GTX. Yeah.
Oh shit! So they gave you the best ones. Those are $200.
Yeah, they didn't fuck around. They were lovely to us. They're really good to us.
Oh, so this company's really taken off. It's funny. I thought they vanished. Maybe they got so big that they transcended the CrossFit space.
I think from what they said to me is they're trying to get back into it.
Into the CrossFit space?
Yeah.
Where are they located? Are they a UK company?
Yeah, they're close to in the same kind of borough as the second mountain that we're doing, I believe.
For anyone who wants to donate, this is the page, and there was a great backstory on it. The original fundraiser that someone had done had raised £40,000 to send one of his kids to college, and now you guys are raising, beginning the journey to send his second son to college, because that was one of McCoy's dreams. You were saying, to make sure that both his kids got to college. Crazy cool of you guys. And I wish you well. I'm wondering if I'm going to be live at all. I'm traveling one of those days to Hawaii, but I'm wondering if one of the days you could give me your camera guys' phone number. I'll text you guys and bug you guys for it, and maybe we can do a just a live stream while you guys are on the rower, and we could witness the misery.
More than happy.
As long as there's signal at the top of a mountain, we've been more than happy to.
Yeah. There will be. It's a small country. You don't even really have any mountains. Are any of those actually considered mountains in your country? Honestly.
Come over if you want. I got a spare rower. You can tell me.
Yeah.
What is the highest peak of the highest one you're going to?
Ben Nevis.
1,045 meters, something like that. 1,045 meters.
Oh, okay. So the air might actually be thin at the top of that one.
Yeah, I think
mile,
Ben Nevis
right?
is just short of 1,400 meters. I think.
You sure?
I think it is.
The feet. 114. Let me see. 4,757 feet. That's 5,000. That's just 500 feet shy of a mile. Yeah, the air's going to be thin up there. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And do you guys take toilet paper on this journey?
We'll have to get some man wipe stabs.
Good point. That's I'll put that on the list.
Man wipes and a trowel to dig a hole.
Will you wear like overalls or like a onesie snowsuit?
No. We'll just like base layers or something, and just again, Yacht and I have sent us some alpine trousers, whatever, so we'll use those.
Because if you go waterproof, the heat that you guys are going to generate inside those suits on the rower is going to be bonkers.
Yeah, no way.
The last thing you want to do would be sweaty, wet, and cold. That won't be good.
Yeah, on the way down. I wonder if any of you guys will strip down on the rower and then have to
I think the plan is to take some dry base layers up with us, so we can put some dry stuff on as we do the descent.
God, can you imagine the mindset you're going to... Go ahead, Devs.
Sorry, I'm just going to leave it all in the van and just go light. Deal with it. It's only a short period of time. We could just get changed, and then when you get back down.
The longest you'll be away is probably... God, if they're saying it's 8 hours without a rower, let's say 10 plus the row, the longest you'll be away from the car if everything goes perfect would be 11 hours. Oh, God. Can you imagine the mindset you're going to have after you finish the first row? You're going to be like, oh, boy, 2 more.
I think that'll be all right. It's just when you get to the second one and you put the thing on your shoulders again, that's when it's going to be like...
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Especially if you've got a few hot spots from the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, this is going to be wild. Yeah, I definitely have to stay in touch with you guys. I think Saturday is a travel day for me, but maybe I can jump on Friday. What's your camera guy's name?
Jack. Slots Media is his Instagram.
Okay.
But I can send you his details.
Rob, or someone's working on their double unders, Rob?
Yeah, we've actually got guys doing quarterfinals. The last rip of quarterfinals before submission.
Sevon's mindset is different. I don't even have a mindset. What do you mean mine's different? I'm tripping because I have to go on a 5-hour plane ride. That's going to be my endurance. It's going to be my.
I think I'd rather do what we're doing, to be honest.
Than go on a 5-hour plane ride.
Yeah.
I'm not looking.
There's some hills in
that.
Hawaii, right, Dabs? Can you not find a rower in Hawaii, Savan? And
listen, I'm going to go to. I'm going to this closed community. I'm going to sit by the pool for 8 days. I might do a few burpees. Burpees. Yeah. Hey, not to rub it in your guys' face, but I'm in California. You know, it's already summer here.
Well, I mean, the weather's nice here too, but it's just.
I was going to say it's summer here in Scotland as well.
Just not warm.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming on.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I should have had you guys on long before. You know, hearing about what you guys are doing, maybe it inspired me in the wrong way. But I started thinking I wanted to start having a lot of the red shirts on, as many as I can. If there's any that you guys think that I should have on, please let me know. And I'd love to have both you guys back on after the journey. We can talk about the tears and the joy of the journey, especially the pooping stories. Really, those are the ones I think my audience prefers.
We'll have that ready for the live stream. Don't worry.
Okay, perfect. All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
I will put the link for the what do you guys call it in your country?
Just Giving.
GoFundMe.
Just Giving page. Okay, I'll make sure to put that link in the show notes.
Thank you, Savan.
All right, gentlemen. Yeah, thanks for what you're doing. You guys are good dudes.
Thanks, man.
Ciao.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye.
Ciao. All the best. Bye.
Dabs and Rob Lawson. Good dudes. Not a fun conversation, but a very important one. I will be doing the Dave Castro Weekend Review today with a very special guest. Very, very special guest. Make sure I get this in the show notes. But the show notes. I don't know what's going on with the viewership. It said there were only 3 people watching, and yet there were 50 people and different names in the comments. And now it says there's 171 watching. Did anyone have any trouble watching this on either of the channels? It's so trippy that they banned us for a week and then let us come schedule this show on here. Thanks to Caleb C. Beaver for continuing to try to do that. It's very frustrating. I'm not going to lie to you. It took the wind out of my sail yesterday. The 2 pieces, we put together a compilation of the Kill Taylor episodes, and we got a community guidelines violation. 93 on the Sevon podcast channel and 68 on the CF network, which still doesn't make sense because then my number on StreamYard is showing 190. So something, maybe they're on watching on Twitter. Oh yeah, there's people watching on Twitter. Wow. I wish I could just pivot to Twitter. Anyway, we got our first strike because we put together a Kill Taylor episode, and they said the community guidelines violation. They gave us a time code and said that we were. I think it said compare. I don't know what it fucking said, but we went to that mark and we watched it, and there was nothing on that at that mark. I think it was at the 1441 mark, and then we tried to contest it, and we got the within 30. They said it was reviewed by a human, but clearly it wasn't, because within 30 seconds we got our appeal denied. And then the next day we showed the Born Primitive commercial in the morning, and then in the afternoon we showed it again. And while we were live streaming Colton, we got another community guidelines violation somehow in regards to guns. which is bizarre because we'd shown that commercial, over the years, I don't know, 50 times. So, who are the losers who come on here constantly and complain? They try to take you on. I don't think I don't think those people would do that. Maybe I'm just naive. I don't think I don't I don't think that they would do that. I could be I could be I could be wrong. I think the haters enjoy hating. I don't think that they would do that. I can't imagine doing that to someone. So maybe that's why I can't imagine reporting someone. I don't think in my whole entire life I've ever reported anything. I've seen some crazy shit. So I don't know. So there was that, and so then that happened. I don't know what it was. Whatever day that happened. That happened Saturday morning. And so yesterday, Susan and I made the 3-hour journey out to Sacramento, California, and we ran all our tests for our streaming. God, knock on wood, our tests went so well yesterday. We met with some of the staff, NorCal Classic staff. Janine was out there, and we ran the pep link. We put up the drones. We ran the cameras. We looked at the setup, and I don't know if they put a cell phone tower there or it's the new T-Mobile line we got that we added to the pep link. But we streamed, we tested yesterday there, and everything went smooth. I think the tests are even on. And thank you guys, Pat and others who were watching the test. That always helped. I wonder, CF Network, YouTube. I wonder if the links are still up. Let me see. Oh no, they're down. The tests are down. But we did some tests yesterday and everything looked so smooth. I'm pretty happy. Colton was nice enough. Colton's so good to us. Colton was nice enough to send us the workout that he filmed since we lost our stream and we posted it on the account. I want to say on the back end it had something like 83,000 views. I'm telling you, people love watching that guy do shit. So that's cool. I popped on this account yesterday on Instagram. I've been really neglecting Instagram. And I opened my Instagram last night and I found this account and I thought this thing was and I got stuck on this account for like 15 minutes. Probably means an hour. Oh, I can't share the screen. Wait, what the hell's going on here? Oh, there. I don't know if you guys have seen this account, but this was some funny shit. It was no, the tests were shit. Oh, really? I thought the test went great. I thought the test went great. The video was jittery. I thought it was amazing. Okay. Here we go. Check this out.
I just finished a driving test, a Maverick. Yeah. That was a brave thing you just did. What you should have done was park your car. Son, your ego's right and checks your ass can't cash. You've been busted. You've lost your driver's license over 3 times. Been put in hacks twice by me. You have a history of falling asleep in drive-thrus. You got over 5 DUIs and 1 driving instructor's daughter. What is it with you?
Just want to serve my country and be the best I can be, sir.
Don't jerk me around, Maverick. Look, there's nothing I'd love more than to bust your butt, but I can't. I got a bigger problem around here. I can't believe I got to do this. I got to.
Thank you, Pat. The test went fine. Thank you. I thought the test went fine too. I thought the test was great.
Do something. I got to send someone from this squadron to Miramar. I got to give you your dream shot. I'm going to send you up against the best. You're going to Top Gun. For 5 weeks, you're going to go up against the best drivers in the world.
Now listen, at the end of this video, this is a skit that they're doing in a DMV. Is it called DMV everywhere in the country or just in California? Department of Motor Vehicles? DMV, did you guys have that? Is that what it's called everywhere? Anyway, at the end, an employee comes out and kicks them out. What do you guys think the employee looks like? It's different, DMV in California. Oh, so you guys call it something else? Or RMV? What's RMV? Department of Motor Vehicles? Something? Rhode Island Motor Vehicles? Secretary of State, Michigan? Kansas is something different when I moved. Oh. That's what it's called in Florida? Registry of Motor Vehicles? Ah, thank you. You think it's a white woman who works at the DMV? What do you think? What do you think? We only have one kind of person who works at our DMVs. It's crazy. That was my favorite part about this video. At the end, the employee comes out. I'm like, holy shit, that's the employee. That's exactly what they all look like.
Cougar's out. Cougar was number 1. You're number 1. You're in. But you remember one thing. If you screw up even just this much, I'll be having you riding a Waymo full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong.
Yes, sir.
That'll be all. You can tell me about the parallel parking some other time. I was his instructor.
There she is. That's what they all look like. That outfit's crazy.
Out there.
That's the senior executive at the Department of Motor Vehicles in California. That outfit is nuts.
Let's go step outside and talk about it.
She's like, let's step outside and talk about it. No, we have all mixed people. No, not in California. We don't. That's it. That chick has a 3-minute Fran. My friend works there. She's normal and Hispanic. No, you're lying. You are lying. And I don't know why you have to do that. You are lying. She's 5 years away from her lifetime pension of $120K annually. My last experience at the DMV at the post office were actually very cordial people. I was blown away. That's because you're not in California. Typical DMV for DC, District of Columbia. What's crazy is the post office used to be, the post office isn't getting much better either. Post office, this is the person, and then a bunch of really old motherfuckers. I'm not lying. She did CrossFit at our box for years. No, not true. Fake news. Please, this is a channel of honesty, clarity, truth, justice, in the American way. But most of ours are actually gay at our DMV wearing makeup. Old white women at my DMV in Central Texas. Well, they shouldn't be worried because when they die, there's a new cohort. Interesting. Probably shit you guys don't care about, but when the CF network went live, the channel that was pulled down for a week, even though they, for some reason, they let us go live today. They didn't. Did you guys get notifications? Someone saying they didn't get an email notification for it, so that means it's not getting into the algorithm. Thank you to Sean M for watching both streams at the same time. Double viewership. Oh, maybe that's an extra sloppy did the same thing, watched it on 3 devices. So we only had 10 listeners this morning, but all of them were on 3 devices. You guys are awesome. I got notification for both channels today. Okay. All right. Then throw that theory out the window. Davs Legend, just done my level 1 with Davs, middle of March. Great guy. He's such a good guy. I'll never forget when I met him in England. He was so fucking cool. Good morning, Kenneth. All right. 3 big shows today. Of course, this show, a little bit solemn. It's sad when someone is so loved and they take their lives. You know, what's interesting is that he was everyone who talks about McCoy talks about what a powerful human being he was and how present he was. And I feel like there is some greatness that comes to people who live so close to death like that all the time, that when they're on, they are on, man. And the light's just coming through them so bright because they are so close to their death. And some of the most charming people I've met, I know them for years and then later find out that they were just beyond fucking depressed, that they're just absolute sad and tragic figures, but when they present to the public, they're just on fire. And just a complete pleasure to be around. I didn't, Seema, thank you for the intel. I didn't get notification for CF Network, only the 7 on podcast. Okay. Wow. 4 of my friends from childhood died by suicide. Holy cow. Goodness. When trauma happens, the best predictor of success is the story you tell yourself about what happened. Wow. Wow. All right, maybe we'll get the stations unscrambled today. Dave Castro Weekend Review. If he goes up, hopefully he gets it up sooner than later, so I can get that one out of the way, and then we will have the CrossFit Games update show. Does the quarterfinal, the point of the show tonight is, my belief is that the finals leaderboard will populate at noon today. Does anyone know? Can anyone tell me? A massive participation in the quarterfinals this year. Very interesting. I wonder if it is. I wonder why that is. I think it's because of the workouts. That sounds right. Okay. Thank you, Miss Latimer. I grew up in dark places, Yellowknife, Canada. I remember reading a book, this is 20 or 30 years ago, about these oil towns in Canada where just like 20,000 men lived and then just shitloads of hookers and drug dealers. Where the hell is it? Canada moves to advance Arctic corridor. Is that crazy far north, Dan? Where is that? Oh, so it is like some sort of crazy mining town, huh? As one of diamond mine shuts down, these workers want to stay in the north. Boy. Yeah, none of the stories look good. Yellowknife becomes dentistry desert. Yellowknife. Let me see where it is on the map. Oh, you got what is it called? The Borealis up there? You got the Borealis up there? You got an airport. Oh boy, this doesn't look good. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Oh my God. You're in one of those. That's where you grew up. That's north of all the. What do you guys call your things? What are your states called? Your territories? What does NT even stand for? North Territory? You don't even get a real name? Northwest Territories. Holy shit, dude. That's crazy. The Great Slave Lake? That's the lake you lived on? Wow. That is north. That's nuts, Dan. Yeah, that'll change your perspective on things. Holy cow. How long did you live there? That's crazy. Let me see what the wiki page says about this town. They don't even have a wiki page. This town doesn't have a wiki page. How does a town not have a wiki page? You got nothing. That's crazy. Ten-day forecast for Yellowknife. High of 21 degrees today. Holy smokes. 9 below freezing. Yeah, that entire lake freezes over, and they do the ice road trucking. Crazy. From 10 years to 20, from 10 years old to 20 years old is 23 hours of darkness in the winter, 23 hours of daylight in the short summer. Wow. Wow. Katie, I got notifications from both channels. Okay. Born in Spain and moved to Yellowknife from 100 degrees to negative 40. Wow. Hey, why'd you move there? Your parents got a job there? Imagine walking to school. It was wild. It's crazy. It's nuts that there's no wiki page on this. Yellowknife. How can there not be a... I don't understand how there can't be a wiki page. The capital of Canada's Northwest Territories. It lies on the north shore of the Great Slave Lake with possible views of northern lights in the fall. Area code 867, elevation 676 feet, established in 1934. It's the coldest capital in Canada. In the top 13 of coldest cities in Canada. Wow. To get there from the American border, if you fly as the crow flies, if you go in a straight line as the crow flies, it's 1,800 kilometers, but by car it's 5,300 kilometers. That is nuts. Oh, here's this. Is it worth visiting Yellowknife? Oh yeah, it says it's worth visiting. Oh, they speak French there. Crazy. How many Jews are in Yellowknife? That's one. That's one of the questions. That's one of the questions that Google posts up. Is Jennifer Gardner from there? Oh, here we go. City of Yellowknife. Says it's a great place to live. Holy shit, you have buildings and shit there. It's vibrant. It's vibrant with the arts and culture. Plenty of indoor and outdoor recreational opportunities for all ages. Okay, it's not that bad, Dan. Oh. Yeah, my mom got a job for the government here. She speaks 5 languages. Wow, doesn't that make you? Isn't there a word for people who speak 5 languages? She was born in Morocco. Even a bigger trip for her. Lots of grizzlies, no polar bears. Yes, Yellowknife, as in the Northwest Territories. Wow, you know that? I guess it's the capital of that one. How many people live in the Northwest Territories? What do you think that the total population? Oh my God. The total population of the Northwest Territory is 45 to 46,000. 20,000 of them live in Yellowknife. Oh my goodness. Oh, so wow. Do you guys have a McDonald's? That is nuts. I mean, that's isolated living. What's it called? 5 languages? Polyglot. Thank you. All right. There's our geography lesson. Capital of Northwest Territories, Yellowknife. Half the population of the Northwest Territories lives in Yellowknife. Dan spent his formative years in the Northwest Territories. All right. I'll leave you with this. I guess Bongino's back at it after leaving the FBI.
Bar TV here of Candace Owens on the Charlie Kirk investigation, whereas we had to produce facts. Her producing tomorrow's episode. Check this out.
Close to something, keep going. And we are definitively getting closer to what took place on that day. And we are getting closer. I think we're close. We are definitively getting closer. We're getting close. We're getting low. Very close. We're inching ever closer. We are now, I believe, extremely close to solving this thing. I've got a feeling about that. We're close. We're getting closer to something, and that something is pretty big. I just sense that we're getting close. I sense that we are getting very close, and we are getting closer, getting very close to something. We're getting closer because we are getting close. We are definitely getting closer, very close. We are very close. We are close. We are dangerously close to something. We are dead close to something. And I think every day we are inching closer to who killed Charlie Kirk. You know, we're getting close. We're inching ever closer. We are inching closer, a little closer to solving the Charlie Kirk murder. And I'm getting very close. And we are getting very close. But I'm getting closer. I'm getting real close. My prayers are with you, Candace. You are close. We are close. And we're getting closer to the truth. We get closer. We are getting close.
Getting close. You see it? You see the hidden knowledge grift, how it works? But take a look at this.
Hidden knowledge grift. Throw that in the Urban Dictionary. Yeah, I guess she thinks we're close. I don't know. It's hard to say it's a grift when that's what you do. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're claiming she's jumping on the bandwagon, but she's always done this. I don't know. I'm okay with her. Let her do her thing. I will see you guys a bunch today. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.